So, you have an X570 motherboard and you want to update your BIOS, but you don't know how. Well, today I'm going to walk you through the steps to do so. But before we begin, there's a quick disclaimer. If you mess up any of these procedures, you could break your computer. You also shouldn't do this if there is any risk of your power going out or your computer turning off, because that would also break your computer. Because of this, you should watch the entire video before doing it. These warnings shouldn't discourage you from updating your BIOS since the process is very simple and straightforward. Anyways, let's jump in. First, you're going to want to update your chipset drivers. Doing this is very simple. Just look up X570 chipset drivers. The first result should bring you to AMD's official website. I also have this link down in the description. Next, find your OS version, expand the section, and click download. Once the download finishes, open the .exe file to run the installation. Follow the installer's prompts and everything should go smoothly. Once the installation finishes, you should be asked to restart, which you should do. After your computer has restarted, go into System Information by searching it in the Start menu. Find BIOS version/date to see what BIOS you're currently running. This will be important later. Next, we're going to go to your motherboard support page. All you have to do is Google your motherboard's model. I have a Gigabyte X570 Gaming X, so I'll leave that in the description as well in case anybody else has the same motherboard. Once you're on the site, navigate to the support tab and download the manual. Look for the description of the USB port that is used for BIOS updates or flashes. Once you found the description of the port, locate it on your motherboard. Mine is white and labeled, whilst all other connectors are blue, so it's very easy to find. If this information is not immediately apparent, use Ctrl and F and type BIOS or flash to try and find it. Now plug in a USB thumb drive to that port. The USB drive does have to be of the FAT32 file system, which you can easily check. Once it's plugged into your computer, just search Disk Management in the Start menu, find the drive, and make sure it says FAT32. The USB drive doesn't have to be empty, it just has to have enough space for the BIOS file, which is never very large. It does make it easier to have less stuff on it, so you could just put any pre-existing files into a temporary folder. Now go back to your motherboard support page, scroll down, and expand the BIOS section. Read the description of the latest version, as there may be additional instructions to update from one version to another depending on your motherboard's brand, your current BIOS version, etc, etc. Luckily, I don't have any additional instructions, so I'm just going to download the latest version. Once the zip file is downloaded, extract the files and copy the BIOS file to your USB drive. The BIOS file is the one with a blank file icon, and it should have some reference to the BIOS version in its name or the extension. Okay, before we continue, I'm so sorry about the video quality of this next part. The lighting was terrible, my monitor isn't the best, and it was taken on my phone, so just try and bear with me here. So what you're going to want to do is shut down your computer and go into the BIOS by hitting F2 and/or delete on your keyboard as your system starts back up. Now here's something I forgot to include in the actual demonstration. If you've overclocked any of your components, you should record those settings and then reset them to default. After that, select the tab that says QFlash or BIOS Update or anything similar to that. Select your USB drive if it's not already selected, and then select the BIOS file. Confirm the BIOS update and let your computer sit. This could take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, although more than 10 minutes is uncommon. Once it's done, it should reboot. Finally, go back into System Information, find the BIOS version/date section once again, and make sure the update worked. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Have a great day.